morning, the mousetrap, and replaced the 100TH as well. Don came down and we got those replaced in it, and the asymmetry and everything on the REA and the linearity on the potentiometer for the my gain is now, seems like it's working properly, etc. Let me know how it sounds, Perry. Back to you, over. No, that's music to my ears, Perry. Very good. W3MMR in the group, KK4GZQ, and WD4NKA, Gary broke in and said he had to step away, so I think he brought K0VUW on, let's see, Henry, yeah, I think he brought K0VUW on board, and then maybe Gary turned it down to Henry. I might have that backwards, guys, so you jump in there and let me know if I got that right. Anyway, Gary, the Ranger, the Barefooted Ranger over here this morning is just, I couldn't believe you said that's all you were running, and had the attenuator in line, and the DX60 function switch was acting up, so it prompted you to jump on the Ranger. Sounds great, too. Big signal, like 30, 40 over here, just on what you're running. And Don, I enjoyed my day with you yesterday, and yeah, we got to go down here to the little general store, little gas station, grocery, whatever you want to call it down here, None Such Grocery. We had us a burger, and Don came down and enjoyed my time with him, and we looked over the property here about some future antenna projects, and he gave me some good ideas, so real good all the way around. And 73 to Craig, KB3RHR, I know he signed out. And Don, that was interesting, you talking about setting up the ham station in the motel room. How about that? That's awesome. Anyway, Gary, here it comes. K0VUW. If I missed or skipped somebody, let me know. KK4GZQ.
Yeah, KK4GZQ. K0VUW. I switched rigs here. I was working on that Ranger, and I forgot that corner over there's got my little single units and a little single novice station. The old Drake 2NT runs 75 watts CW only, and the Drake 2C is a pair. It's got its own built-in break-in and all that. It would have been great to have that as a kid. Anyway, very good morning. Well, great on the BC610 going. You're a little broad for my taste. You know, when it first started, AM was 6 wide, and that's what sideband came from. They split it in half, 3 up, 3 low, and whatnot. So it's pretty heavy, 5 up and 5 down. I don't know how hard you're hitting it. That modulation, you want to have it idling at about 40 or so, and I wouldn't hit it above 150. But get some other opinions here. I'm just waking up, and had some problems last night. Had to take a darn pain pill, so I'm not only am I not awake, I'm dopey besides, more so than normal. I'm on my Blue Monster. It's not a power monster, but the audio should be really good. When I heard somebody question my audio, I went, uh-oh. I'll get on something real sweet here. Runs a 4-250A. About 155 watts is what I run it at with my attenuator in line, modulated by a pair of 572Bs. And the VFO and RF start is from a Ranger, and receiver on this one is an Helicopter SX-115 into the V-beam, and hopefully this is sounding as sweet as it should. It's got a Thorson old modulating transformer, weighs 105 pounds. This unit, the reason I call it the Blue Monster, it weighs almost 900 pounds in this rack. Pretty rack. It's a blue commercial computer rack, as I recall. I can't remember. But all homebrew, all modulated. Modular. I can take out the different sections, slide them out, which at BC610, the C is one built unit, boys, and you want to get to something, good luck. I had to change the filament rheostat and a problem with the filament line. Luckily I have long arms. As I was hanging down in there, my arm looked like if somebody was taking a stick and beating on me. You know, you get older, you get to put a lot of pressure against your skin on something hard. It breaks the blood on the skin to the surface. I looked like I was defending myself against the world champion boxer. So let me get it over there to you, Henry, and find on, I hear what you're building in that. Up here, a one-bedroom you'd never resell it. So I don't know if you're considering any kind of resale value, but it would never move here. I mean, it would if you gave it away, but no. The odds of finding a single guy that wanted just a single house with a single deal and so forth. I'm sure it's out there. But if you're looking for majority of marketing, you want to, some small, family starter or something like that, I guess. Although, around the bend here, there's a $2.5 million house that is a 2-bedroom, a 4-car garage, and it has an apartment in the lower level. And it also has a kitchen that most women would die for. It's got all the individual handmade cabinets with all the spice racks labeled, and it's something else. But here again, not many people want to pay that much for 2 bedrooms, especially a family. Now, some special usage of retirement guy or something like that, maybe. Anyway, over to you, Mr. Henry. Good luck with your project there. N4EDQ in the group. Again, very good morning to one and all. K0VUW.
Yeah, K0VUW, N4EDQ. Okay, Gary, very good. Good morning. Well, where I live, it's more a vacation area. So, let me see if I touch it. Yeah, it got down a little bit. There we go. We're in a vacation area here. It's a more resort, and a lot of people buy cabin homes, anywhere from small cabins to enormous cabins, $1.5 million, $2 million cabins as their second home. Very, very strange over here. But now, lately, we've been having a lot of people requesting tiny homes or small homes. So the way I'm building this one happens to be a large master bedroom, and they could always add on. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to start with building it and marketing as a one-bedroom, putting in a door on the side that we could always turn it into a two-bedroom. But the main thing is we want to keep the price down, and I'm looking at about like $169.9, $179.9 right in that neighborhood with the 2.18 acres and the house. That's the price range I'm looking in here to hit that market. So it's sort of a crapshoot. It's sort of a little game playing, but keep it under $200,000. It's really good talent up here. Everybody else is building big homes, and we're the only guy here that has started to build smaller homes. And let me see, Don, WC4D, we're talking about wiring. I don't use much number 14 anymore, maybe in a lighting circuit. But most of the receptacles, or all the receptacles, we use number 12 wire. And really, a lot of times I'll even run number 12 to the lights because it really don't matter. It's just as fast. You spend a few bucks more on wire, but it's not a big deal. And so we use more 12 than anything else. And let me see what else. For Gary, I do have that NV100 coming today. I believe it's been shipped already, and I'm supposed to be here today at the post office. So that's the only thing I'm going to do. Like I said, I made no more changes. Everything stayed the same like you and I thought. So there's nothing different there. And running the 150 watts. Code number 32 on the audio. And the only thing is, what I like to try one day when you fill up food or when you're on here, if you have your 2000 on with your MD100, I'm going to have the MD100 hooked up here and see what the two rigs sound like. Now you got the Delta model, which I don't think makes that much difference with the without the Delta. Something else I got coming. I'm adding to my 101 station there. Same thing as Gary. He thought I was going to sell it, and I just I'm going to. I'm adding the scope. I got the scope coming, and I've got the digital readout coming. So that should be here maybe by Monday or Tuesday. So we're adding to that station to make it a little more complete. The only thing I'm not going to put on there is that 2-meter inverter, because I don't do it. And other than that, that's going to be the old timer sitting there, and we'll be still playing with that. So with that, let me give it up there to Don, WC4D. And by the way, Gary, you were very strong, very, very strong. You're almost pushing my needle to the wall. So if you'd like to come upstairs, come get a cup of coffee. WC4D, and you too, Don, N4EDQ.
N4EDQ, WC4D. Yeah, there's a big change in the audio. When Gary switched over to the Blue Monster, no doubt about it. Yeah, the quality of audio is definitely there, and it's really good. Sorry, excuse me. Charlie's got a warming plate down there to keep his coffee warm right by the him. Man, I'll tell you what, that saves you a trip up the steps to get your swill, don't it? You know, it was funny when I was talking to Doug about you or something there last time he was here. He says, "Is Charlie still drinking the swill?" I said, "Yep, Charlie's still drinking his swill." I had a swill in the morning. I don't know if I said good morning, Terry. I knew you'd come along eventually. I don't know when you're making your run and stuff, but I remember what days you told me you work, but I guess work days are the same days that you go pick up, make your run in the morning also. Gary thought you might have went to, well, I don't remember what he called it now. He had a name for it. I guess it's a little marketplace that you have, Speedway type thing or something. Piggly Wiggly, or no, that's a grocery store. I don't remember, Wigwam or something. We have a donut.
Could be worse, could be wee-wee.
It's called Spalding's Donut. And well, I'll tell you what, to go there and get a nice warm glazed donut in the morning is just unbelievable. I mean, these things are so good. They're kind of a thicker base type ones. If you go to say Dunkin' Donuts or something like that, they've got a lot more whipped up air in them. Spalding's Donuts are they're a thicker donut, but I absolutely love the things. And people, you got to stand in line to get them in the mornings. You can't even just walk up there and get some. You got to stand in line every time you go there to get donuts. And now I get headaches from them. I can't take the sugar anymore. And my wife cursed me with that, so she said she can't eat them. She gets headaches from them. Nobody gets a headache from a donut. Well, you do, and I get them. So, with that being said, wishful thinking that wish I could enjoy a donut like these other people do. Diabetes is not good for me, but you know, we're all going to die of something. I'd rather die eating a good donut sometime than choking to death on a chunk of kale or something like that. So, with that, let's see. I'll turn it over to Charlie, and I'm sure he's refilled his cup and got some words of wisdom for us this morning. So K4FNY, WC4D.
Okay, Don, WC4D in the group. K4FNY. Yeah, I'm back with my cup of coffee, aka swill. Unfortunately, my coffee pot is upstairs. I don't have it down here. I have to go upstairs to get the coffee. Come down the stairs and splash it all around. much to my wife's dismay. But you know, there's a story. The reason I call it swill is I was watching TV one time, and they had the head of the Starbucks empire on there, and he made a remark that Americans didn't drink coffee; they drink swill. So I had some of his coffee, and it wasn't any better than what I drink. So I tell you what, you're right about the donuts. I can have one. I have to ration myself some Krispy Kreme donuts. They're mighty good. It's sort of like I'm diabetic also, but it's controllable with medication. But it's like when I go to the Mexican restaurant. This is Friday, isn't it? So this is our night to go over to the Mexican restaurant and get some burritos or something. And ice cold Dos Equis. So I get one beer a week and one donut a week. So it kind of narrows down my splurging habits. So yeah, Kevin, I would nail that 610 down and not do anything to it right now. Just operate it for a while. Because I think it sounds. I've tuned off it off the side. It's not too wide. I think that's about right. Probably about 8K wide. KK4GZQ in the group. K4FNY.
WZ5Q.
Well, I'll be darned, there's Mike, and I know Gary is back. Guys, I'm going to try to check on Gary, WD4NKA. As a matter of fact, Gary, if you're back in there, go ahead and make one. And I think it goes to from Gary, it goes to Perry, and then WZ5Q. So, and then Mike, you can send it back up here to me if you want to. WD4NKA with W3MMR on the side, WZ5Q braking, KK4GZQ.
Okay, real good. Now, thank you. And Gary, I wish I was up there in Chester. I'd go down to the Wawa market with you. It's been a long time since I went to an actual Wawa. Of course, you're probably going to also to the newer ones. I remember I was so excited when they were putting a Wawa in down here. I thought, oh wow, Wawa, just like up in Wayne. Cool, and they opened up this huge giant thing. I'm like, this ain't Wawa. I remember walking in expecting to. Wawa used to have their own dairy, and on the carton were these two flying swans, and it said Wawa, which is Indian for only the best dairy products for you. And I thought, well, the Indians had only the best dairy products. Well, now I guess they don't have their own dairy anymore. It's all Borden milk that's in there. But hey, man, at least they still have Tasty Cake, and I think they still carry Stroman bread and stuff I used to get at Penfruit. So yeah. Anyway, I love the coffee. Really love my stuff. So, but I just remember when they were just little bitty, itty bitty things, I still have that picture in my mind every time I go past the big Wawa down here. I'm thinking, gosh, I remember the little store with the one counter and the old guy behind it. That was cool. So, everybody's sounding good as the group gets larger and as the band changes. Folks still continue to maintain. Gary, out there in Wildwood, you sound good. I was very impressed with when you first signed on with, was it 50 watts or 60 watts? Wow, sounded real good. Reminded me back when I was stuck on 30 watts. Hoping anybody would hear me at all. It's amazing what a little power will do. Also QSL on the 6KC wide. Of course, like so many things, a lot of these older technologies like AM, is being revisited, but it's not being revisited with the same eyes that folks initially operated them with, where the idea was communication and a narrow bandwidth, and fidelity was not part of the equation at all. As a matter of fact, the whole point of control carrier and a lot of the other modulation systems was to actually limit your modulation to 2,000 hertz, because communication can be accomplished between 200 hertz and 2,000 hertz. Anything beyond that is that they consider waste, and you can read about that in any of the 1950s handbooks. And what they would do is they would take that extra power and put that towards a carrier. So that's why a lot of times when you read about these old AM rigs in the advertisings and the old magazines, and the power consumption seems to be much higher. None of this 1/4 carrier. No, it's because they were running control carrier, and they were actually able to put more power back into their signal. But it's because they very, very limited the modulation envelope. But nowadays it's all about fidelity, and it's all about sounding cool on the big speaker, and that's good. There's nothing wrong with that. It's just it's a different perspective entirely. So and I don't think they were running broadcast transmitters on the amateur bands back in the 50s. I don't know. So it's all revisiting older technologies. It's interesting how the perspective changes when you get a hold of something. So there we go. I'm off my soapbox there. Perry, go ahead and pick it up. W3MMR out of Chester, Pennsylvania. This is WD4NKA, Deltona, Florida.
Good morning, Gary. WC4D, or excuse me, listen to me, WD4NKA, W3MMR. Good morning to Mike, WZ5Q, just breaking in. Good morning to you, Mike. A good signal to Chester, Pennsylvania this morning. And Don, you were cracking me up over here what you're trying to remember, which is called Wawa. I'm sure you know now, but I was over here. I was spitting it off. And Gary, I think I thought they still made their own milk. I know up here they have it's all Wawa brand milk in the refrigerator, and it says made in Wawa, Pennsylvania, and they still have the Wawa farm out in Wawa, PA, which is right next to Media, which is 10 minutes from here, less than probably 8 miles. And about a 10 to 15 minute drive probably. It's right down the street, right down the street where my father used to work at the hospital. I used to drive by there all the time. It's right on the right-hand side there on Baltimore Pike. But maybe I didn't look into that. Because I thought they still do. Who knows? I don't buy my milk from Wawa. It's too expensive, so I get it from the little mom and pop store right down in the deli on the corner here. I'll have to check on that. They still sell, like you said, the Stroman bread. And they bake all their bread. They don't sell. Well, I guess they do. You can order it on the kiosk thing and still get a bunch of rolls if you wanted to. But I remember when Wawa used to have the deli when they used to have the meats in the refrigerator right there on display. They don't have that anymore. They used to have the pickle barrel right there up front. It's definitely changed over the past 20 years there. So let's see, I'm getting a text message. Good. Don's texting me. I don't know what he said, but Don's texting me, probably scalding me for making fun of him about the Wawa. But anyway. With that being said, we'll keep it moving. The group is big here, and my QSL cards came in yesterday, so I'm pretty happy about that. It is 18 degrees here this morning. Looks like a big cold front dropped down for most of the country. Here, got to write out some QSL cards today at work. Hopefully, we weren't as busy yesterday. Both of the other bosses called out, so I was the only one there to run the shop, and we had a guy call out in the back of the shop too. So I was playing double duty in the back and up front dealing with crazy people all day. I don't like dealing with customers. I'd rather just put me in the car, leave me on it. I'm going to deal with customers, ordering parts, and dealing with money and all that stuff. I'd rather just work on parts. I guess when you take on the added responsibility, it's part of the job, right? Anyway, with that being said, down to you, Mike. WZ5Q in the group from W3MMR.
Good morning, KN4HH.
All right. KN4HH in there. Got you down here. Morning. And thank you, Perry, W3MMR, and the group. This is WZ5Q. Mike, here in Central Louisiana. I'm having a real good copy on everybody. Everybody just sounds great. No static crashes. Just grand quiet conditions this morning here in Central Louisiana. And thanks for bringing me in here, Kevin and Tom. For sure, I want to say good morning to, I think there's two Garys in there. Henry, Don, Mr. Charlie. Good to hear you. I haven't talked to you in a long time. And, of course, Perry and N4HH, as well as Kevin. Not learning the 610 is sounding just spectacular down here. I'm glad you're exercising the demons out of that thing. For sure. Certainly the little homebrew-looking thing, 809 triode, modulated by a pair of screen-driven triode-connected 6AV5s, amplified to legal limit. And then going through a homebrew link couple tuner, open wire line to a 160-meter doublet, about 60 feet. And listening to all of y'all's wonderful signals on a Halicrafters R274 military receiver. So it's a lot of AM fun this morning. It's been a while since I've been able to yap at y'all. Just sleepovers and wife duties, and been playing a lot of late-night extended single sideband, the SSB, and then as well as some late-night AM too, around the 11 to 2 o'clock area. So that kind of puts a crupper in getting up early enough to talk to y'all. But it worked out this morning. So thanks for putting me in the rotation. And let me turn it over here to KN4HH. You're going to give it to Kevin, KK4GZQ. This is WZ5Q, Mike, here in Central Louisiana.
Well, good morning, Mike and everyone. WZ5Q in the group, KN4HH. Gorgeous signal, Mike. Boy, that rig here always sounds delightful. cutting through a little bit of noise this morning, but everybody's got a great thing. Very good morning to you. You know, I have fond memories of Wawa. I used to spend a lot of time at the technical center up in Atlantic City, actually technically Pomona, and I used to go to the Wawa for lunch because it was so close by. But you're right, not like it used to be. I remember when the Wawa, you could just about, it was almost like going into a variety store. Now they've turned into 7-Elevens. What can I say? Anyway, good to hear you all this morning. I'll keep it on going. We've got a whopping 36 degrees this morning. Cloudy skies going to hit a high of 49. And I'm off to the Dalton Ham Fest today, Kevin. So we'll see what we can find up there. We'll be meeting with Charlie and Jay. Well, Jay is coming this year. Jay, you and I'll see Jay in the day. Here she comes, Kevin. KK4GZQ, KN4HH. Good morning.
Okey-doke, Bob. They KN4HH with the group, KK4GZQ. Good morning to you, Bob. Big signal. You and Mike, man, conditions are just awesome. All morning long, everybody sounds great. Mike's got a big signal out of Louisiana, and Bob, you're just thundering in here as well. And I'm on the 610, Bob. Don and I changed out the 100 THs. And I'm seeing better asymmetry on the REA monitor. Wanted to give a little audio here, and Gary, I'm hitting on average on the BC614, the resting milliamperage is right at about 40 MA on the output level on the BC614. And as I'm speaking into it, my voice peaks are hitting on average about 140. A little under 150, and then if I really crowd the mic like this, I might see some higher peaks up there closer to about 180, 190. And let's see here, and on the REA modulation monitor, it looks like I'm hitting my voice peaks are up here to about 80%. My negative are about 100, and my asymmetry is just below the 0 mark. So, and I can cut it back just a little bit, Gary, to about right in here, and you can tell me what that sounds like there. I don't know if it killed the audio or not. Anyway, let me get back up to where I was on the audio right there, and I'll get it on around here to Gary, and Henry's out there too. So, good morning all the way around. K0VUW to pick it up. KK4GZQ in the group.
Okay, KK4GZQ in the gang, K0VUW. A lot of audio, and I'm the bad guy to critique this in a way. I think whatever level it's hitting is just a little harsh. Strong, big signal, what have you. And the one fella I didn't get his call that was talking about the old school, new school, and whatnot. Well, the Navy in that has come out with back to CW to be the most reliable means of communication rather than digital and all this other stuff. And also, they're also formatting back the communication concept. You know, ham radio was a spin-off in the design platform for what exists today, really. And it was designed for communication. For military, it was really designed for communication. We're not looking to be the WIL 109 on your dial, and this is Squeaky Bob or whatever. So I think that's a lot of CB infiltration into going broad and so forth and so on. And that's like being at a diner counter, and I just keep elbowing everybody on either side of me. And that's, you know, I don't want to be unpopular with people. Everybody likes to be liked, but I just got to say what I think here. nothing wrong with holding it to 6 kcs wide, and you're right. The amplitude modulation gets thrown back in and develops the increased overall power concept. So, and the next thing is antenna. I don't know how broad I am. I shouldn't be very broad. Not running much power, about 155 watts. And hopefully the audio is doing well. Somebody gave me a compliment there. And that Ranger needs some work, by the way. I just went on it because my switch on the DX60 not awake, and on a pain pill, I might have been turning it on wrong. I don't know. It all looked polka dotty to me. I don't know what that means. And God bless you guys. This, whatever you're saying, la-la or something. Man, for somebody that doesn't know what you're talking about, you sound like you boys have all run around the bend. I'm doing the la-la. You mean La-La Land? Is that what we're talking about here? But I'm enjoying the heck out of it. And I figured out you guys talking about a coffee shop or chain or something. At any rate, so much about that. But I would look at it on a scope, Mr. Kevin, and tighten it up, no peaks. You know, get your system to a maximum balance, and you'll be fine. And I love the guys that have gotten all the equalizers and stuff like that, because when I used to contest, and every now and then I'll still in a contest, not like I used to, but you hear the guys with the communication audio are cutting the pilots. The guys with this high fidelity stuff are just, you know, what about me? What about me? Type of deal. And all you got to do is listen around. So much about that. And if we had all kinds of spectrum, it wouldn't matter. But if you're 10 wide and you got a guy at 85, the guy at 90, and the guy at 80 is getting hammered. So at least try to tighten it up so that on the end of the skirts, you know, you got a prayer filtering it out. And what's happened, I feel, is it's turned into, well, you're going to go broad, I'm going to go broad also, and I'm going to have more power. And there you go, the whole concept of what originally started is lost. Anyway, so much about that. It's too early for a soapbox. Sorry about that. Mr. Henry, okay on the MD100, and I shall do that, and what have you. I will give you minimal advice, because you like to do what you want to do at any rate. And okay on the cabin concept, I see what you're doing. Out in the woods or something, I have a nice little place up in the hills. Yeah, I understand that. Okay, that's a very big difference than what I was thinking. When you used the word new home, I thought it was, you know, like for a family or something. But, you know, one-bedroom house for $180 grand is, that's a little pricey. And St. Louis is a high market area because they got a lot of union work. But, you could pick up some nice stuff for $180 still. And you talk about 1,100 square foot. My first house was, I think, about 780. So, you got to start somewhere, right, boys? Not everybody has money. So, over there to you, N4EDQ and the gang. K0VUW.
And Henry, Perry wants back in, over.
Yeah, go ahead, Perry.
Okay, Henry. Yeah, Perry's good. Perry says he's fine. He's got to leave here in just shortly. Okay, and I know Gary's still out. Gary broke back in as well. WD4NKA. Just trying to help out. Good morning, Henry. And you sound great this morning. KK4GZQ.
Okay, this is N4EDQ. Gary, K0VUW. Very good. Yeah, I appreciate that. You do that with the 100. And I'm not fiddling anymore. I keep looking at my spine. And listen, you get blown away from this one. I was looking up on our real estate list locally. The 1-bedroom, 2-bath cabins. And they're large. They're like the one I'm building is 1,080 feet. They're going anywhere from 229 to 389, depending on the size of the property. So most of them have like an acre, a half acre. What I'm building it on is 2.1 acres. And they're more mountain. And scenery is what they're selling. So that's kind of where it goes. From the high end to the low. You might get one for 179, 189, depending where it is. But when people come up here for vacation, I gotta say this, but I think they get caught up in a moment. Anyway, and you were saying Lala. No, it's Wawa. It's Whiskey Alpha. Wawa is a convenience store that came through the U.S. And if I'm not wrong, they're out of China. But they started building a lot of them in Florida. Where Perry goes for coffee. When I did refrigeration and air conditioning, we used to have a contract with that company, and we did a lot of service work for them down in Florida. Hey, good morning, Bob. Good morning, Mike. You're sounding great. You guys are doing a great job. Good to talk to you here, Mike. I haven't talked to you for quite a while. And Bob, I'll be looking forward to seeing you to the hand test. I guess you're going to be going today. Probably going to stay overnight. I'm going to be leaving in the morning early, and I'm going to try to be at the McDonald's maybe around 6 o'clock or so. Because I think you guys are going to meet at McDonald's if I'm right. You might want to correct me, but if I can make it over there early, I will be there early and have a cup of coffee with you guys before the hand test. Sometimes I go to the other little restaurants. The little restaurant, they have like a little buffet style there. I'm trying to think where it is. It looks more like it's in a little industrial park. But anyway, that's what we're going to be doing here. And I concur. I am not in the moving mode anymore. This little place is paid for. It's big enough for my little bride and me. And I don't want to move the antennas anymore. Other than I might add a wire. That's about it. And the other thing I'm thinking of doing is, I was using my 40-meter vertical, but the CA53 mic with the 40-meter add-on kit works so well that I'm considering taking the 40-meter vertical down and putting up an 80-meter vertical. It's just a thought. I don't know if I'm going to gain anything. I think it's be more for DX, whatever, but that's just something that I thought maybe of playing around with. The vertical, I almost never use it. Very, very seldom. Once in a while, like I noticed here on 75, if I don't hear somebody like I did it before with Perry, he was really low on my inverted V, and then I switched over to the vertical, and I could hear it better. So that's the reason I'm thinking about possibly doing that. And I know that Gary Florida is using the vertical, and I think he's using it that way with the loop antenna. Anyway, just another toy to play with in my spare time, like I have lots of it, which I really don't. Anyway, today is hairdresser day for the XYL and me. I take her to the hairdresser every week. Well, Gary, doing okay, and I'm still doing all the cooking, and all the washing, and everything else that we do. So there she goes, W3MMR, Don, take her away, N4EDQ.
N4EDQ, WC4D. Well, yeah, you do have a busy schedule and a lot on your plate. And then trips to the hairdresser, I'll tell you what, you got the patience of a saint if you can sit there and wait for her to get that done. I used to have to take my mom to the hairdresser. And of course there, you had to sit there for half an hour to get there, and the time she got all her gossiping done and hair coloring done and everything else, it seemed like it was about a 2-hour adventure there. I was laughing at Gary and Lala. Everybody, I couldn't think of Wawa, and I called it everything in the books, and Gary comes along and calls it Lala. Yeah, I don't know. I'm not so sure that Gary and Perry haven't been to La La Land a time or two, but I'm sure Wawa was the preferred place that they go to. I don't think it's snack cakes or whatever they were that you used to get, Gary, but you might elaborate on that. Always like hearing about snack cakes. I love this stuff. Good morning to Mike. Good morning to Bob. Mike, I told Doug that I heard you on the air and stuff like that. KK4PDN, and he said just hang in there. He is going to get back on the air here. He's going to he cleared off an area to put up an antenna closer to the house where it's about a 700-foot tall hill right next to his house.
Guys, I'm going to have to get out of here.
And he said it's been 2 years since he'd been fell down on it or what. Going one closer, it's going to be in a hollow. But he's putting up another antenna, so he will be on the air. So hang in there for that. And I'm Kevin. See, I'm going to turn to Charlie. Charlie can handle all the rest of this stuff. I'm going to say 73s to everybody this morning. It's gotten to my breakfast time. I need to take my medicine and everything else. So everybody have a great morning and a great day. And enjoy the weekend. Everybody going down to Dalton Ham Fest, have a great time. I like Ham Fest, but the temptation's almost too much. I like it too much. And there's just a few things I might need that are going to be small and this year that I can probably carry a Walmart bag around and throw it in there and be done. That's all I'm going to go for the whole year. So y'all have a great day and great weekend. Whiskey Charlie 4 Delta to turn it over to K4FNY 73.
Okay, Don, WC4D in the group, K4FNY. Good morning, Bob, in Peachtree City. I'm looking forward to seeing you tomorrow. The reason I depart here about 6 o'clock, we was there about 8. By the time to get into the bone garden out there, I need to park as close to the building as I can. Hoping they'll have a disabled space, a crippled space away for me. They're right using there. Anyway, I don't know who to turn it to at all. Kevin, I was going to ask you, have you heard from Richard out in Whitebead? I hadn't heard him in a long time. I was wondering what the deal is. I know he's having trouble with that line noise and everything out there, but I just was curious about that. And Kevin, I'm going to turn it to you and let you straighten this mess out. I've got to switch over to 40 meters here in a minute anyway, and so I'm going to go ahead and make this a final minute. I'm going to the listening mode. So I wish you could make it to the Ham Fest. I think we'll be well represented there. The AM group will. KK4GZQ in the group, K4FNY.
Hello, Charlie and Kevin, everybody. WA3VJB Annapolis. Happy Friday.
K4JZQ.
Good morning, Paul. There was Mac, Jay, and Joe. And I think Perry's trying to get out, and we need to get Bob back. So, Perry, go ahead and then send it down to Bob, and Bob pick up the braking stations and make sure we get it back to WZ5Q, guys. Mike's still down in Louisiana. W3MMR, KK4GZQ in the group. N4JK.
Yes, So yeah, a bunch of breakers there. I heard Paul, WA3VJB. Good morning to you, Paul. Big signal out of Annapolis. Good morning, Joe. Good morning, Mac. And good morning, Art. So we got 4 people that just broke in there. I guess I'm getting out of here at a good time. Glad I was able to get one more in here. I thought it was earlier or later, a few minutes ago when Kevin said I was trying to break in. I actually thought it was like 5:07, so my apologies about that. But I do have to get out of here now. Real quick, Henry, Wawa, I'm about 99.9% sure did not come from China. Wawa is from Wawa, Pennsylvania. It's an Indian name. And like I said, it started in Wawa, Pennsylvania. The original farm is still right up the street here in Wawa, PA. It's only about 10 minutes down the road from me. And the first store was in, I believe, Upper Darby, Pennsylvania, was the first store. And they just recently expanded into Florida. Reason being, the owner lives in Florida. And he wanted one by his house and to have some around the Clearwater area for Philly spring training when people go down from to spring training from this area, so they would have a Wawa to go to. But hey, that's the first I've heard of anything about China, so I'll have to look into that. But I'm pretty sure, I'm 100% sure that it is from Wawa, Pennsylvania, and which is right up the street. And like I said, the original farm is still there, and I believe that's still where they produce the milk and everything. They got big giant silos and big tanks and vessels and all types of stuff there. So that's the story on that. 7-3 to Don, 7-3 to everyone. 7-3 to Paul, who just broke in, Art, Joe, Mac, 7-3 to you, 7-3 to Charlie, 7-3 to Gary in Missouri, 7-3 to Henry, 7-3 to Bob, KN4HH. And yeah, so we got a whole bunch of people that just broke in there. So I'll send it down to you, Bob. Bob, send it to Mike, because Mike only made one transmission. He's been in here for a while. And then I guess you can try to pick up Mike if you want. Send it to Paul VJB was the next one, and then Paul can send it to Joe K4JCP, who can send it to Mac, who can then send it to Art, if that works for you, Kevin, or for everyone. But I'm getting out of here, and that's just the order that I had here. So anyway, 7-3 guys, take care, have a great day, and we'll talk to you guys tomorrow morning. KN4HH in the morning AM gang here from W3MMR. 7-3.
Okay, W3MMR, KN4HH. You guys probably not hearing me. I've already gone for a low power, so I'm getting ready to scatter here. So, Barry, have a great day. I'm talking about a different Wawa. I'm talking about the convenience stores Wawa. So, my apologies. Two different venues there. At any rate, Mac, I hope you can keep those. I'll see you guys on roads on 40 meters when I get rolling here. 73s, everybody. Have a good morning. W4AX, KN4HH. Good morning, all. Have a great day, and I'll see you, Mac, later today.
Okay, thank you, Bob. I wasn't sure it was my turn, but I'm sorry if I'm out of turn here. KN4HH, W4AX. Good morning, everyone. Great signal. Kevin, I talked a little while ago that replacing your 100 THs fixed your modulation issue on your 610. That's outstanding. I was almost certain that would fix it, so glad you had success with that. I'm sure you know those tubes are best stored upright, and the filaments are super fragile, but I'm sure you know all that. 31.
Crap out.
Doesn't sound good.
Hey, this is info. Good morning, K9GS. He's still trying to find it. Here we go.
Okay, morning, Jerry. Yeah, we got a huge here as well.
everybody. Good morning, everybody. 71 degrees. Stop this morning. Clear. Let me go ahead and pick up WZ5Q. Mike, Jack, or
You might try and get down and pick up Joe.
Okay. WZ5Q, KK4GZQ.
All right. Well, I'll tell you, I heard my call, so I figured you'd turn it to me. Hold on a second. All right. You said to give it to Joe, so that's what I'll do. And good morning, everybody. Well, I'll tell you what, I forgot how big a group this gets to be. This is WZ5Q, back here in central Louisiana. And, I'll tell you now, everybody had real good signals. It seems to be swirling around there. They'll be up and then they'll be down for sure. But I think there's some that's got some powerful signals there. There's Art and Matt and Paul, both all of y'all just
Kevin, I'm going to drop out. N4EDQ.
Art and
Okay, Henry.
Y'all just came booming. I think the last time I talked to Paul for the KVJD was during the big AM contest. Well, it's not really a contest, but even on 40 meters. And I actually tuned this rig up on 40 meters that I had the first time this year, and was able to work him. And the thing about it was that I had never even turned on the amplifier, so. My legal limit was 15 watts, and we worked on 15 watts at 40 meters at my legal limits. That didn't matter now. But when I finally came back to him, I noticed that I was having some amplifier issues, and I was able to get up to the real legal limit on 40 meters, so it worked out pretty good for sure. 73 to everybody else that dropped out there. This is going to be my last transmission. I just come in here and wanted to drink a little bit of coffee with all of y'all. And just rub some elbows there. I believe Gary, K0VUW there was different guys that I do. But I feel that the spectrum is wide open normally, especially the times that I usually operate. So, I mean, if the spectrum's there, use it. You got to narrow up the nosebleed bandwidth just because, when there's nobody there. And the opposite still holds true. I mean, if there's nobody there and you got some nice backbands on you, 67 KCY there, then it's up to the operator that's going to come down next to you to tell you how to get past that. It is. And if he does, as far as I'm concerned, if he pops down right on the side of me, I mean, he deserves it. That's just the way it is. I'm not going to do it to him. He shouldn't do it to me. So, if I come into a busy band, and there's stations there all through, every 5 KCs or so, then yeah, I'm going to narrow up. I've got the capability to do that, even at the homebrew here. I've got 3 Intermonics 222s that have been converted for low-level audio transmitters. One set for 3.7 KC per sideband, one set for 5 KC per sideband, and the other set for 7.2 per sideband. There's nothing up or down, so that's where that money is at. But I don't. The spectrum's there. It's busy. We use good amateur practice, and they're up. If it's not busy,
All right, I think you turned it over to me, Joe. K4JCP, WA3VJB Annapolis. Let me make sure I've got it.
Go ahead. You got it.
Okay, thanks. Yeah, good to hear everybody on. Thank you there for Perry for sorting things out as the sun comes up higher in the sky. Of course, I started losing people farther out, but I did get to hear the melodious sounds of WZ5Q there. Hello, Mike. About the same signal strength as you were on 15 watts on 40 meters the other week, so your authorized power there for the time being. But no, you're sounding good. I've been listening in the house all week, you guys. It's really a pleasure to be able to hear the group on here in the mornings. I don't always have time to come out here and fire things up, but I thought I'd close out the week by doing just that today. Name is Paul, for those I haven't worked recently or ever, and I'm located at Annapolis, the capital of Maryland. And everybody's sounding pretty good. The Kevin BC610, the new 100 THs in there, Kevin, are doing a nice job. It's rounding out the audio, and I agree with your settings. When you had it full up, or to the maximum setting that you'd adjusted it to, it did sound better than when you backed it off a little bit. That seems to be a chronic problem. Folks have lots of carrier and they don't fill out the envelope, and you had done so when you had it up there where you thought it looked good, and it was nice to see that kind of settle in right there. A couple of other comments. I copied Bob on low power KN4HH here at Maryland. I actually heard him just fine, so the band does have some nice life in it here early in the morning, and it's good to hear you guys on like that. I think I'm supposed to turn it over to Joe, but he just made a transmission, so I think it might have next been W4AX. Maybe, Kevin, I'll turn it over to you, like I posted there on the AM forum of QRZ.com. The QRZ.com forum when we were talking about the other day about how everybody kind of looks at you to sort things out. I'll do that so I can say good morning to you. I'll just be one and done here, go back in the house and finish listening out, but to let you know that you've got a wider audience than just the people who've checked in on the round table here. KK4GZQ, Kevin, hope you're copying all right. Good morning to everyone from Annapolis. This is WA3VJB.
Paul, yeah, that's the funniest thing about it all, too, Paul. It really is to me. Let's send it back to Joe, let him pick it up, and then, Joe, did Art get one there over?
Goes to Art. I already had one.
Okay, I knew Art was in there. Art, why don't you pick it up? Send it up here to me, and I'll make it over, and then I'll finish up and send it over to Mac. N4JK to take it. Good morning, Paul. KK4GZQ in the group.
Yep, the gas man.
Well, good hearing you. I think the last time I talked to you, you were I think Charlie was signed, but I hadn't heard him in a few days. Glad to hear that. Don't carry through his company right now. Hello to Mike and 73 to Mike. Mike, I just want to tell you right now, you don't sound much worse on your side there. Joe, I got a chance to work in and you know how you get on 40 meters, you start moving around, checking stuff. And here on 70-1035. That's where I am. An ambush attack. Anyway, I'm just kind of see you there, Kevin.
Jay said the gas man is in there. Jerry, if you're there, I may not be copying you. K9GAS to take it, KK4GZQ in the group.
Yeah, Kevin, good morning. No, I was just got up. Good morning, all. K9GAS. I was just sat down. I was doing a load of laundry and all that good stuff. I just caught Mac in there, and I thought he was on his flicks, but then I seen it looked like his view of full was zipped. So I don't know. Probably didn't bump it. It may be electrically. It just went south. And I just wanted to make that comment. But Yeah, I thought I saw it. He was trying to frantically spin it back and forth, trying to get it back there, so there maybe something happened to it. So he must have been on something else, one of his old boat anchors in. But a huge signal here. Good morning, Mike, ZQ. It's been a while, and no wonder, Kevin, there's why you couldn't find the 222. Mike's got them all. He's ordered them. He's got a closet full of them, but that's pretty cool. Anyway, I won't keep it. And Jay, good morning. You had a great signal. So the band's kind of different. Kevin, you're not real strong, but I think Mac was the only one that was just really pumping in here with a great signal so far. But yeah, I just, like I said, just got up, made coffee, and threw it on the wash machine had went out, so I repaired it. But then it grenaded even further in the agitator system, and I thought, as much as it was to replace the parts, I just bought another one. Such as the throwaway life is, you can't get good ones anymore, that's for sure. I don't know who it's supposed to go to, Kevin, so I'll just toss it back, and I'm not sure of the rotation. And I think I heard Jay, he hadn't had a chance, so maybe it is Jay, KK5IM, because I know he's going to be swapping over to 40. I got to get my 40-meter antenna. I said broke it. We had a little bit. We hadn't had hardly any winter this year. It's been very mild comparatively. We're at 13 right now, high for I think maybe low 30s or something. But that's the first real winter weather we've had, and very little other stuff. So, Jay, good morning. Here she comes, K9GAS.